Let's pretend that we have a bottle of oil in our left hand. We're going to call that bottle of oil the military. And in our right hand, a cup of water that we're going to call music. Let's pour our music into the military, put a cap on, and shake it up. We want to shake it up really well, and stop. Did we just successfully mix the military and music? No. I guess the military and music will never mix. Or will they? I'm Josh Fedele, and I'd like to speak with you about military bands. In this economy, military bands are an easy target for politicians, political analysts, and the general public for budget and personnel cuts. At the current pace of cuts, we may have no military music in the next 15 to 20 years. The Department of Defense should maintain military bands because their mission, associated cost, and impact on audiences is important to national security policy and the image of the United States throughout the world. As a matter of fact, the role of military bands isn't a singular one. Their musical missions are many and varied. In an August HuffPost Politics article, Robert Greenwald, speaking of fiscal irresponsibility, pointed to the wasteful practice of military marching bands. Military music isn't just marching bands. Their missions are much more wide-ranging, from troop morale to public outreach and international messaging. Being emotionally ready for the combat mission is where military bands play an important role for troop morale and the raising of esprit de corps. But military bands aren't just a troop morale tool. They advance international relationships using music to bridge language, cultural, social, and socio-economical differences. Bands support troop morale and foreign dignitaries, but they also have a public outreach mission right here in the States. The public outreach mission enhances the reputation of the U.S. military as a professional organization charged with the responsibility of national security. Wow, these guys do a whole lot more than I thought they did. But are they worth the cost of full-time employment? Representative Betty McCollum, Democrat from Minnesota, authored an amendment to the fiscal year 2013 Military Defense Authorization Bill to cap all military band spending at $200 million, opposed to the $388 million that was planned. Now, for you counting at home, that's 0.0007%, or 7/10,000ths, of the $525 billion defense budget. But even with that, military bands are not a detriment to the budget, but an asset due to their high talent levels, high education, and the military-civilian sponsorship partnerships for each band's performance. Unlike nearly every other military specialty, military bandsmen come in ready to perform the mission in their primary mission on day one. As a matter of fact, 71% of Air Force musicians are hired with their bachelor's degree and half of that with their master's degrees in music. But these talented and highly educated enlisted professional musicians would have no place to perform were it not for civilian sponsorship partnerships. These civilian sponsors find and secure venues, market performances, and pay for transportation and lodging in many cases. This cooperation between active duty military and civilian sponsors is vital to promoting patriotism, especially in three specific types of audiences. Though rarely measurable or quantifiable, military music has a profound personal impact on veterans, active duty members, and potential future members of the armed forces. Veterans are everywhere, and they deserve to be recognized for their service, and that's exactly what happens at each and every military band concert. Veterans are asked to rise and be recognized for their service to our country. Active duty military members are recognized in ways often out of the light of the general public. Change of command, promotion, or deployment return ceremonies are some of the many events that military bands support to promote esprit de corps. Potential future members of the military are indirectly and directly affected by military bands, whether it be a performance in a school or performances for influencers, parents, grandparents, teachers, or mentors. The musical excellence and professionalism displayed speaks to the positive image of the military. All of these different audiences have one thing in common. They are Americans. And military music is designed to inspire all of Americans. In a world where the United States is the dominant military power in the world, it is important to remember that our national image is fragile, both home and abroad, which is why it's important that military bands support the troops and emotional readiness, reach out to the public and portray a positive image, and share our culture with foreign dignitaries. The perceived negative impact on the budget for military bands is actually a bargain when you consider their talent levels, the high education, and the civilian sponsorship partnerships. The most important reason is the least measurable, the personal impact on veterans, active duty, and potential future members of the armed forces. All of these factors combine to play a very important role in our nation's defense. And it is my hope that you can support military bands through a better understanding of what we do, who we are, and who we support. Thank you.